Hello guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel Planet for Tech. I hope you all are doing great and learning lots by watching all the continuous episode of our tech series. So far we have completed few tech series you can see here. This is our official YouTube channel and this is my WhatsApp numbers. So you can make a note and if you have any query, so you can ask on that as well. And here you can see we have made this much tech series and today again I'm going to upload new video for the series Codeigniter 3.x complete tutorial for beginners. So far we have uploaded 14 videos you can see here. So today we are going to understand the new library. So in the last episode we were looking like what is the benchmark library, what is the cache library in Codeigniter, and today we are going to learn new library. So let me show you that. So here you can see we have the official documentation of this particular CI 3.x you can see. So in this library section we have completed benchmarking classes, caching driver, calendaring classes. Today we are going to understand shopping cart classes. So let's see what this is and how we can use it. So guys, it is very common like you all have purchased some items online. So there is a one order product list and there is a one shopping cart. So how we can make that those kind of e-commerce application with the shopping cart features with the help of this library. So you can see here the cart class. So here we are going to have the cart class. So as I have already told you, every library is nothing but a PHP class in Codeigniter. Cart class permits items to be added in a session. So we are going to use the session here. Internally, this library is using the session that stay active while a user is browsing your site. So the time you have browsing the site, so till that time the session will be there, and these items can be retrieved and displayed in a standard shopping cart format following the user allowing the user to update the quantity or remove items from the cart. So with the help of this, what we can do, we can add the items in our cart and we can show the list of cart items. We can remove the items from the cart and we can add the items into the cart. So this much operation we can perform. And the concept behind this cart is what? It is utilizing the session. So let's see how we can do it. Now you can see this message, this cart library is deprecated and should not be used. It is currently only kept for the backward compatibility. Means Codeigniter 4.0 is also available, and in that this cart library is deprecated. So guys, deprecated means this feature is right now available, but it is not going to be available in the coming version. This is the meaning of deprecated. Now come to the next. So here we can see we have this much reference, so let's move one by one. So how we can use the cart library? So as I have told you, like whatever library you want it to use in a coordinator, you must need to load it first. So we have two options to load it. Either we can load it in auto load and we can load it in a place where we want, like in a model or in a controller. So this is the line, like this load library, and this is the name of the library itself. So we can load the cart library like this. Once it is loaded, so we can access it by this cart. So let's cover the official documentation first, then after I will show you its practical implementation, how we can use it in our project. So this is the object will be available once you loaded the library. Now come to the next. So here you can see at the time of adding an item, what we have to follow. At the time of adding item, we have to create one data array first. So once the data array is created, in that we need this much you can say elements. So out of this ID and quantity, this two is very mandatory. If these two are not there, so it is not going to work properly. So we have to create one data array, and in that array these elements are fixed. We can't change it. If we want to add other things here in the data array, so you can utilize the option here. So now you can see the id means the item, product id, whatever you have, that you have to assign. Quantity means the number of quantity. If you are making it 0, it means it is going to be removed. If any product is having quantity equals to 0, so that product is automatically removed from the cart. And price, the price of the product, and the name of the product. Apart from this, if you want to add other information, you can utilize this options element. So here we can add whatever we want. So this array is very customized way. Whatever you want, you can add it. So this id, quantity, price, name, and option, this is mandatory, so you have to make sure you are using this way. So once this data array is prepared, you have to utilize the object of cart library. So we know like this is this cart. So under this library, we have to add use the insert method, this cart insert, and pass the data array whatever we have. So this way, this complete data is going to be can say save in the cart, and that card will be available for us so that we can show it in the next page. So you can see this is the description of those elements whatever I have described you again. Now come to the next part. So this is about again, if you want to add new fields like this coupon is equal to this. So instead of doing this, you can simply uh, use that way, this way you can see here. Now come to the next. So this was about the adding one item. So if you want to add multiple items, so how you can do that? So simply the same thing you have to follow. Like you have to create one data array, and inside that you can create the multiple items array. But every array will have the same number of you can say will have the same elements, that is the id, quantity, price, name, options. So here we can have the same. It is not matter of thing like the number of elements is not required to be same, but the key element, you can see the keys id. So here we have id, so we can't keep it like product id. So here we have id, it means here also we have to keep id, and here also we have to keep id only. Now once you added these items, so how we can display it? So displaying the cart, so at the time of displaying, as you know, like we have added multiple products, or we can add multiple products in the cart. So that's why to display these items we have to use the looping. So it's up to you like what loop you prefer, but for each loop is recommended to use here. So displaying the cart, so once cart items are added, so you can create one view, and in that view you can simply uh, create a one for loop, and in that for loop you can show these items one by one. So here you can see the for each library is there. So this for each library, here we are getting this card, this is the library and contents. So this method is returning all the items in array format what we have added. So these items, now this loop will iterate, and at one time it will return you the first item. So you can see the item object is ready, and this is the array. So here we can get it like items row id. So this row id is nothing but it is automatically generated just to make every product in a cart as a unique entry. That's why this row id is automatically generated. We are not going to assign. Apart from this row id, everything we have assigned. Like you can see the quantity we have already assigned, and the you can see here product name we have assigned, you can see. So rest other elements of this item array are the same what we have assigned except from the row id. So this row id is what? This is the unique id which is added by the cart library itself to make the every entry as a unique. because this is needed when we are going to update the particular product in a cart. Like updating means what? The product will be same, but we are going to update its quantity, so and accordingly its price will also get uh, changed, and the other option can get changed like that, and we can add some coupon as well. So this kind of operation uh, we can include under the updating the cart. So this way we can list. Now the next part is updating the cart. How we can update it? So to update the cart, we simply need to follow the row ID. So we have to pass the row ID, and we can pass the quantity, what quantity or other elements we want to update, but this row ID is needed there. Now comes to here. So if you want to update multiple, so you can prepare the data item like this, but you have to make sure in every array you are going to pass the row ID. So let me show you the difference. At the time of insert, we are not going to give the row ID. Instead of that, we are giving the ID. It is not the row ID, it is the product ID. And the row ID is what? Which is added by the cart library of codeigniter. Now here we, like previously, to for inserting we are calling insert. Now here you can see we have to call update method, and we have to pass this complete array again. So this way it is working. Now here you can see here what is row ID. You can read it from here. I have already described you. And this is the class references. It means it is showing like a structure of the cart library, how this cart library is. So you can see there will be the ci cart. Ci means coordinator. Ci underscore cart class. So in this class we will have the few rules, and you can say the few methods. So you can see we have the insert method, we have the update method, remove method is also there, and total method, and total items. We can get the total items count, and total means it is going to return the total amount. Contains mean the number, all the elements. And get item, just to fetch the one item, we will pass the row ID, and we can get the item there. After this has options, like the element is having the options, means extra element or not, product option. So this way you can see. And once the order is placed, we should destroy the card. So we can call the destroy method. So these are the methods you have to keep remember at the time of implementing the card. Now let me show you its practical implementation. So let me start the VS Code with the previous installation of CI. So you can see VS Code is started, and let me check, like here we are having this WAMP running. Let me start the database, localhost, and PHP myadmin. So I'm going to create one table, like a product table, and in that I'm going to add few products. I think there is some issue. Let me restart it. This might happen, like if you are running, if you are using long time this WAMP server, so you will face this issue in a while. Yes, you can see it is working now. We were using this CI demo database. So I'm going to add one more table for products. So for now, just keep limited fields, 5 column. The first one will be the ID. Obviously, it should be the primary key, and make it auto incremented. Similarly, keep another field with the product name. Keep it varchar like this, and the another is price. You can say just make it decimal, because the price comes might be in a decimal as well. 10 column 2, 10 is for decimal, 2 is for the number of decimal places. And we can have details, or else we can skip it. This is not needed right now. Or we can have the image and description as well, but that is not needed for this demonstration. So you can see we have this ID, name, and price like this. So I'm going to add few items here. The first product name, for simplicity, I'm making product one. It the price is 100, and the another item adding product two. The price is 150. Let me add one more item. Price product three. Sorry, product three, and price is 20 rupees. I can add. So this way you can add as much number of products just to see things are working well. Product 4, and let's keep it 70 rupees. So guys, you can see we have total 4 products in our products database, products table. Now I'm going to show these products in our application so that from there we can add it in the card. So to show it, first we need one model file, because CI follow the standard of MVC, so we should follow the same. So I'm just creating by copying the previous one. You can see here, let's make it product and rename the class name as well, product. So if you are new to this video, so don't forget to watch the previous, because to have the better understanding of how we can create the model, what is the role of model, it is recommended to watch the previous episode as well. Now here I'm going to create the one function just to fetch the list of products here, product list. So for that we need to write a query, this db for database, select asterisk. Asterisk means all. From which table we want it products table, and we want all the results, so we can make it get, and after that we can make it result like this. So this is the list we can get. Let me return it, or else you can create, if you want to create separate variable, you can create like this, data, and you can return the data here. Both are same. So now you can see the product model is created, and this function, in this function we are fetching the product list, and I'm going to call this product list in the uh, controller. So let me open this application in the browser first. So localhost ci demo. So you can see, I think I forgot the name of the controller. Let's see here. So under the app we can see the controller, this controller. So we have only one controller, that is auth. Let me add another controller and make it default controller. So I'm going to add another controller here. Just add new file and make it home, and whatever you want you can make it home.php, whatever you want. Simply keep it php. Sorry, controller is also the php class, so the name of the file and the name of the class must be same. Class home extends ci underscore controller. Now here we are going to add one method, index. So in this method we are going to load the view. So let me make it this. To load the view, what we need, this load view. So in this we have to load the view. So let me make the name of view. Here we are going to have the index like this, and let's create one data array so that we can pass it to the title product list. Now we can pass this data array to this particular view. Now let's create this view as well. So under the views folder you will find like this. I'm going to add one view. So just make it index.php like this. And in this we are going to show that particular title. PHP echo dollar title. I hope you all are familiar by this, like how we can pass the data from controller to view and model as well. So this way, this is already described in the previous episode, so you can watch the previous as well. Now here it is showing the title part. Now I'm going to show the product list, here. So to show the product list, I'm just making one div, and inside this div I'm going to show the product list. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to fetch the product list from product model to this particular home model. But before doing this, we have to load this, you can say this model, we have to load this model in this controller. So how we can load it, we can make a constructor or we can load it here in this function as well. But the better approach is to make it constructor. So once you created the constructor, so you have to call the parent constructor as well. Otherwise, it will not work properly. So I'm going to call the parent constructor, sorry, construct this way. Now here we have to load the product model. This load model, and the name of the model you have to pass product model like this. So if you want to rename it or you want to provide the nickname to this particular model, so how we can do it, so we can make it like object of main model like this. Whatever you want you can keep it, or if you want to make it product, so you can make it product as well. So this product model is going to be referred as product everywhere in this particular controller, because we have renamed it here in this constructor of this particular controller. Now here we want to fetch the list of products. So let me make it a product list. So this is the product list. Here we are going to get, as it is coming as an array, so keep it like this, array of products, or you can say array of product. So this way naming convention I basically use, so it's up to you what you want. Now let me call it this product. So guys, here you have to make a note. I'm not going to call product model, because we have provided the new name, that is product model is going to be referred as product. So here we have to use product. And if you are not using this renaming concept, so you can remove it simply, and instead of product you can keep it like product underscore model. Both are equivalent, but the standardly what others developers are using in techno in a company, so this they are renaming this first, and after that they are using it. Now let's see, let's call the method. The method is what, product list. Let me call it from here. So this product list is loaded. So we are going to use this product in this view. So we know like it is coming in a list, means multiple items. So we need one PHP loop But before running the PHP loop, we have to make sure like the elements are coming in the array format. So for it, we have to check it first. So let's see, we can check it like the elements are empty or not, like the it is empty or not. If it is empty, then there is no sense to making to running the loop. And after that, we have to check it is coming in the array format or not. If it is coming in the array format, then only this loop will properly work. Once it is passed, so we can make it for each loop, and in this we can call it like this dollar array product as item or whatever you can call it, or sometime we can refer it row as well. So this is the for each loop we created. Now from here we have to start HTML. So here we can add few, you can say the name. Let me add it. Just making div class product, or you can say the item. And in this we can have the product p, the name of the product. So simply use like this. And we know like this is the list of products coming, and every time we are getting the single product with the help of row object here. So row here we are going to have the name of the product. So this way we have to print all the fields. It is the name, and let's make it the price. So put some currencies here like this. Let me show you is it working properly or not. So the controller is home. You can see here the items are showing properly, product list. Now this is not needed, so we can remove it. And let me decorate it bit more so that it, it looks better. Just adding style sheet here. So before adding, let me make it complete HTML document, HTML5 this way, and inside this we can have. So here we let me add one style so that we can have the CSS as well. So dollar dot item. So we have created one class here, item class. So make it border 1 pixel and keep it solid. You can decorate it as per your wish. And margin we can have 2 pixel like this. Now you can see these items are showing properly there. No, it is not loaded even. We have done some mistake. Style border. Oh, there is a gap. That's why. Now you can see it is showing properly here. So we are going to add this in a cart. So to add cart, here we have to add one button, add to cart. Let me keep it that. So going to put one button, input, sorry, input, or you can have one link as well. So let me make hyperlink, add to cart, and here we have to pass the URL. So let me pass echo base URL, and in this we have to pass the name of the controller and method. So we have to go home and add to cart. So this method we have to call, add to cart method we have to call from the home controller. Now let's see. Yes, it is showing there. I am going to click this one, add to cart. So simply what this will do, this function will add this item to the cart. So for that we have to pass the item ID as well. So I'm passing here item ID. like this. You can pass it a dollar row item, sorry, ID, this way. Now you can see here it is passing the ID or not. You can see it is passing the ID 1 and passing ID 2. So now I'm going to create another method, add to cart in the home controller. So you can see this is the home controller. I'm going to add new method function add to cart, and I know like this is going to have one product ID as well. So just take one argument here, product ID. So this variable is going to receive that particular ID. So here let's print the product ID first. Is it coming or not? Echo product ID. If it is coming, then we can move ahead. Yes, it is coming. You can see it is coming. So here what we have to do, we have to add this item in our cart. So before adding the item in the cart, we have to load the library. This load library. And here we have to pass the name of the library cart. So this way it is going to load. Once it is loaded, it will be available for us. So how we can add item to the cart? So you can take the example here. So you can copy if you want this particular line and you can keep it like this. You can see I just copied that particular data array, and this is this cart. This cart means this is loaded here. So in this class it will be available as this cart and the insert method. So here we have to replace its field. So item ID is nothing but the product ID, whatever it is coming. So keep it like that here. And the price is also coming, but we don't know, and you can keep the quantity as one. So to fetch the price, let me read it from the database. So here we can have one more method, product detail. So let me make it product details, and here we are going to pass the product ID, and from the product ID we are going to fetch the product detail like this. So let me copy it first. So this db select star from products. So here we have to apply the where condition, where id equals to this product id, and here we are going to get single row instead of the result. So this method is going to give us the product details. So let me call it here product details equals to nothing but this, and the name of the model is product here, and call it like this. So here we can pass the product ID just to fetch the product details. I passed it, and once the product details we got, so from there we can take the price. So here you can take price this way like this. And if you want the name as well, so you can keep it here as well, name this way. So these options I'm not using, so we can remove it this way. So this is added in the cart. Once it is added in the cart, we have to go back to the same product list page so that we can add another items in the cart. Let me show you. So we can make it like this, this, or you can say simply we can redirect to the next page, that is the base URL. Under the base URL, yes, we have to redirect to the base URL only. We have to go to the home. Let me show you. Yes, adding to cart, it is added. it is also added, it is added, and it is added. Four items we have added. Now we have to show the count here, like how we can understand like how many items are there. So we can add one counter here. So let me show you in the index page only, just beside of this particular title, or you can say the here I'm going to make one S3 cart items, and here we have to show the cart items count. So how we can show it? So to show it we have to use it the total item count method. So in the documentation you can see just below it, here we have the class, and here you can see the total items count should be there. This one, this is the total items, so this one we have to call. So we can call it this cart and the total item count like this. Now let me show you, is it showing proper or not? So you can see here it is showing four item. Now let me implement remove from the cart. How we can remove it? So before removing, we have to create the cart list page. From there, we are going to remove the item. So I'm just copying this view and creating one more method here, that will be the cart list, or simply you can say cart. So this new method I created, and here I'm going to show the list of cart items what we have. But this time we are not going to get the product from our database. Instead of that, we are going to take it from the cart library. So how we can take the, how we can get the list of products from the cart, let me show you. So just make it cart, this is cart, and I'm going to make a hyperlink here. Once user will click on this item, so it will redirect to the user to the particular cart page. So we can make one hyperlink here, and simply add PHP tag with base URL, echo base URL, and we want to go to the home/cart like this. So once the user will click on the count, you can see it will redirect to the cart page. Now we don't have this method, so let me make the view first. So under this view we have created this method, but the view is not there. So let me add one view here, cart.php, for making the list of cart items. So just copying the existing code here from the index, and you have to notice here, we have here we are going we are not going to take the product list from the database. Instead of that, we will execute one loop. So that loop items we will get from the new function, that is the cart contents. You can see this is the contents function, so this one we are going to implement it. Or here also you can see we have how to displaying the cart. So from here you can understand like how we can use it. So let me make it. So first of all, we will see like the count items, means number of item in the cart is positive or not. If not, then there is no sense of making the loop. I'm just checking it. The cart count item is greater than 0 or not. If it is 0, more than 0, then only we can create the loop. This cart contains. So here we have to use the this cart, and the method name is what? Contents, like this. And it is going to give us the same row, but it is not going to return us the object, it will return us the array. So instead of this we have to make it like this. Like this we can make it. And similarly, you want to price, so you have to keep it like this way. And for id we can keep it like this. So this is the product ID, but we want the cart item ID. So for that we have to keep it row ID. This is what we have seen here. You can see how we can take the row ID. This all in the lowercase letter this way. And this time we are not going to add in the cart. Instead of that, we can remove it. So let me make it remove, and going to make one method remove item like this. So in the home controller, going to make the method remove item, and style color make red because we are going to remove something, and see it is working or not. So guys, you can see we have four items in the our cart. If you want to check it again, so go to the home. So these we have four items. We have four items. Now it is the cart page. Now once I will click on the remove item, so it will remove the first product one. Let me show you. So once I click the product remove, so it is just calling the remove item method of home controller. What we have passed here, you can see home remove item, then after the row ID of the cart item. So this is the row ID of the cart item. Now this ID we are going to take in the home controllers remove item method. There we are going to remove this item from the cart. So going to create one more method here, that will be the remove item. So function remove item, and we know like it is going to give the cart item ID, cart item ID. So we have to remove it from the cart. So this cart remove, and here we have to pass the ID. So you can see here how we can remove it. If the quantity is set to 0, the item will be removed from the cart. This is what we have to do. So just copy this particular two lines, and we have to update the cart. Instead of removing, we have to update the cart with quantity equals to 0. So this cart item ID we have to pass it here and make its ID equals to quantity equals to 0. So once the item is removed, we have to again reload the cart page. So let me show you. So this line we have to add it here and make it cart like this, and we can pass one message as well. Message equals to product, or you can say item removed from cart. Now we can show this message there in the cart page. So in the cart page we can show this message here. So we can have the if condition because the message is coming from the URL. So we have to read it using the get method. So we have to check first if is set get like this, and here we have to read message, and after that we have to display whatever message is coming from URL get and msg. So this way guys you can see. Now let me show you. So this is the cart list. We have four items. Going to remove the first one. You can see it is removed and the message is showing item removed from the cart. Now going to remove the third item. You can see it is removed. We have only two items. So this way guys you can create your own shopping cart with the help of codeigniter cart library, and this way you can implement all the features of this cart library. I hope this is bit clear to all, like how to utilize the shopping cart library in the codeigniter. And if you have any query or confusion, so you can ask me in the comment of the video, or you can ask me on my WhatsApp number as well. So for this episode, this much, guys. Let's come with the new library in the next episode. So thank you so much for watching.